So it's late 1992 and I'm running out of money, running out of savings, still living in my bachelor's pad on Lodi Street in Hollywood. I did end up driving limos again, but it just a couple of months and it just did not work. Just had too many conflicts with the owner and overpay. So I ended up leaving there and had a little bit of income to live on. So one night I'm out in Hollywood on Sunset Boulevard and I dropped by a pool hall, the Hollywood Athletic Club. And I went inside and met a couple of, with a few guys I'd met at the gym. So we're there playing pool and I overheard one of the employees, she said, we're actually looking for security guards for the upcoming holiday season. We need about, 4 or 5 guys. And I'm listening and I'm like, man, I would love to work here. This beautiful place on the inside. And I needed a job. So it pays to pay attention. I showed up early, 9 a.m. the very next day. And, I'm dressed in security-like clothing. It's like I'm ready to work now. And they hired me. And they didn't say, come back for the second interview. It's like, boom, hired me on the spot. And I had no idea the history of this great place. The Hollywood Athletic Club, built in 1924. And home of all, the first Emmy Awards were there, and lots of celebrities used to hang out at the Hollywood Athletic Club long before I'd worked there. In fact, Michael Jackson had some kind of ownership, or his group had some type of ownership way back in the day of the hack. And then these now extremely famous people used to come in back then, some of them at the genesis of their career. But we had people like Prince, Madonna, Michael Jordan, Jennifer Aniston, George Clooney, Tyra Banks, Mike Tyson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Queen Latifah, Luke Perry. I mean, the list goes on. I can't remember them all, but just great place to work. Tupac, he used to love the Hollywood Athletic Club. And Tupac used to come in for Roland Wirt, Reggie Dorsey and Roland Wirt. They used to host Black Hollywood. It was a Black Hollywood night. It was a big dance club. It turned into a club of all these beautiful black people. And Tupac used to love the Hollywood Athletic Club. He'd come with his friends, of course, Faith Evans and Tretch and all kinds of people he'd come in with. In fact, Tupac came in the hack a couple of months, I think it was 3 months before he was gunned down in Vegas. And you'll see in the clip one of our guards, the great Randy Goodwin, talented actor, booked all kind of TV series, all kind of TV shows, but he was one of the guards at the time. You can see him kind of flanking Tupac, shadowing him just to make sure that he's safe. And very, lovable, signed autographs, the whole thing. It was, great to have in the hack on those, especially on those Black Hollywood nights. And so I met and worked with some wonderful people at the Hollywood Athletic Club. Never knew that I could have so much fun at work, and worked with some wonderful people and met some very kind celebs there at the time that I worked there. All right, so I'm working at the hack, late 1992, and everything seems to be going well, and I'm getting some money coming in, paying my bills, and I'd work late and I'd get up in the morning. One morning I went to the gym, I went to Bally's, and I'm working out, and I was approached by this very beautiful actress. She introduced herself to me, Andrea, and I mean, she actually came up to me and said, "Hi, I'm Andrea. What's your name?" And it blew me away because I gosh, who's this leading lady looking woman just approaching me with all these beautiful white teeth and great voice and magnificent smile. And she just, lit up the place. And I was just captivated by her. And, it's the first time that a woman has ever approached me like that, especially a woman of that caliber, approached me like that. And so we talked back and forth. I'd see her at the gym. She wasn't pushy or anything like that. And I certainly wasn't. And we'd see each other at the gym. And so a few days later, she actually asked me out to a Broadway play at the Pantages. And I'd never been to a Broadway play before. And then, so that was fun. Then she took me to Jerry's Deli. And I had never been to Jerry's Deli. I just didn't have Broadway play or Jerry's Deli kind of money. And so we're sitting there eating, and 45, 50 minutes goes by. And then she said, are your parents going to get mad at me for keeping you out so late? And I thought that was the cutest thing I had ever heard. And I said to myself, I think I'm falling in love with this lady already. It was great. So, we went home, and I'm just thinking about her day and night. And I felt so comfortable with her, more than any other woman I'd ever met. And so we started courting, not dating, because there's a difference between dating and courting. Like, I wasn't dating, seeing her and someone else. We were courting. It was just the two of us. And I felt like she was already my best friend in such a short period of time. And so we talked about it. We ended up moving in together. We moved to an apartment on Western Avenue, right there in Hollywood. So we lived there for a couple of months. And then we got an even sweeter deal. We moved into an apartment on Camerford Street, right across the street from Paramount Studios. And that was, like I said, a sweet, sweet deal. And so for the next several months, we lived there. We were always together. We worked out together at the gym. We ended up signing with the same talent agent. And we always went to the beach. We loved the beach. And we were just always together. And I didn't want to have it any other way. I just always wanted to spend my time with her. People ask you, they say, how do you know when you meet someone, how do you know it's the one? And then of course you hear the answer, you just know. It's true, you just know. And so we were dating together, about 8 months go by. And she said, Ani, my love, she said, you're gonna have to marry me, because if not, I'm moving back home. Yeah, because it just seemed as if time was just passing and no real commitment was there. And so she gave me the ultimatum, marry me or I'm moving back home. It's like, okay. So 2 weeks later, yeah, she was serious. 2 weeks later, on November 25th, 1993, we got married. And we didn't have much money at the time. So our family members actually got together and helped us plan a nice little small wedding with just friends and family. And my mom came, my sister Cynthia, Ani's dad Herman, and her mom Lily. And by the way, I absolutely loved her parents when I met them. People call them in-laws. Yeah, my in-laws, but I call them in-loves. Yeah, they were my in-loves, not in-laws. They were just amazing from the moment I met them, and loved them very much and always will. And the rest of her family, her brothers and everyone, just awesome people. And so we were married, living, honoring the Lord. Yep. And guess who came to dinner? Guess who got all fixed up in his suit and showed up to be my best man at the wedding? My dear friend Dale. Yeah, I said I still love him, right? And he must still love me, because he showed up there all fixed up in his suit. And it was a great time. Once we got married, things began to change. I mean, really big, massive change. Yes, massive change.